There is something magical about Makoto Shinkai's worlds, the way they capture light, atmosphere, and emotion. I wanted to bring that same magic into 3D, so I recreated Shinanomoshi Tokyo Station. I hope I pronounced it right. And here's how I did it. This project was a deep dive into cinematic lighting, detailed texturing, and post-processing to achieve that signature anime look. It wasn't easy, but the results actually worth it. From the first blockout to the final render, every step played a crucial role in bringing the scene to life. And in this breakdown, I'll take you through it all, how I built the scene, refined the materials, and crafted the final cinematic look. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of tea, something to eat maybe, and let's dive into the process. So as usual, what I do is getting the shapes kind of right from the start. So like the scaling here actually matters because I'm using a real life scale, so I can get all the dimensions right. And also adding camera help you like getting an idea about how the final view would look like, you know. And from that camera angle, start modeling. So basically just of cubes, cutting down these cubes, inserting some faces, extruding, you know, it's so basic, guys, and you don't need to be highly detailed. So just a few details, you know, doesn't hurt, but you know, don't be overdo the details. Leave that to the end. So if you feel like that you need some details, add them. If you don't need them, don't add them. That's it. And you'll see me here playing a lot with the view, because the view here matters a lot to me, so I can get kind of the same angle of the Makoto Shinkai movie kind of capture thing, screenshot. Anyways, and here I use cavities so I can see better, and also you guys can see better in this video. And also, cause this scene is not going to be really big scene, don't worry about the topology, you know, but don't mess that up. Just few things here and there, you know, but you can add how many polygons that you want, so it doesn't matter cause the scene is just pretty small. And also cause this fence that you can see here has a lot of objects. I could make it, you know, by hand, you know, manually, but let's say I want to use geometry nodes, cause geometry nodes is non-destructive and it's so easy. With few nodes I can create a whole fence, and trust me guys, it's worth it. Use geometry nodes if you have like a repeating pattern or something. Geometry nodes is like nailed it. Yeah, just nailed it, guys. And while talking about geometry nodes, I have a series that is coming to the channel, or first to Patreons and then the YouTube channel. The series is really focused on geometry nodes and how geometry nodes works and stuff, and with examples, practices. So you guys, if you ever never touched the geometry nodes, you'll start, you'll be good, you know. So yeah. And here just building a simple setup so I can create the fences in all sides, in all four sides. But at the end I used Alt D to link duplicate. I just used two sides and duplicate them to the other, you know, backward side kind of. And here also playing with the angle, cause the angle is not good kind of. And also the camera focal length, cause I don't know how much the focal length is in this image. I have no idea. I just grabbed it from Google and just start modeling, and that's it, you know, without any resources, you know, this word, resources, anyways. And yeah, and also as I said, the dimensions. If you don't have the scaling right, dimensions right, you'll never get a good result. So you know, just get a basic idea about how the final render, or in real life actually, how in real life this thing looks like. So that's why I'm using like two reference images, one from real life and one from Makoto Shinkai film. So yeah, the real life image will help you a lot, defining the like the dimensions, scaling, even the rotation, you know. So yeah. And as I keep saying, geometry nodes is so powerful. And at the end of this video, I will give you guys a screenshot of whole setup, the whole geometry node setup. If you wanna, recreate that too, guys. Okay, so you can slow down actually the video and see it. And if you wanna see a real-time video, tell me, guys, an edited video, unedited, long video, tell me in the comments so I can just drop it, guys, for you, so you can watch it and recreate the same render. And after done with the fence, I just here adding some details so I can just make it look like the reference image, because it has some bolts and kind of bolts, what they call them, I have no idea. And these things, just create them with simple spheres, cut it in half and scale it down, you know, like squeeze it down, something like this. Some of these actually couldn't, get to the final stages, kind of, so I deleted some of them. But just trials and errors, as I said, guys. Just play with the things. If it looks right to you, add it. If it's not, just remove it. And yeah, that's the rules. And every time you feel that something going wrong, go back to geometry nodes, tweak it, and voila, it works. And here I'm using link duplicate with Alt D. It's really cool, really good. Especially if you have like a static shape, it's not about geometry nodes, just a simple shape, and you wanna add it to other places, and you want the same edit that will go to the original will happen to the other one. Alt D is good at doing this thing, so without any modifiers or anything. So yeah. And here also I'm adding some details that I can see from the reference image that is close to the camera. So pay attention to these little details. You need them to be as detailed as it can be. So don't be poor, or like how they say it, I have no idea. Just create the details as best as you can. These closer details to the camera, make them as best as you can. And here for this angled kind of stairs, uh, is the best tool to make them is the shear tool. Just use it and add how many degrees, so yeah, you know, like kind of the angle, and you can extrude it and it's gonna be perfect without rotating that manually. So the shear tool is the best tool to create this kind of like models. Yeah, so use shear tool is so cool. Yeah, just a quick tip along the way. And yeah, I'm just playing with the camera angle because the camera angle is so tricky, guys. It was so tricky to get it right. The focal length also, I'm using different focal lengths, like starting from 28 and going above that, maybe, you know. It's about wide angle kind of lens, so don't go over 50. So at least 50, 30, 20. And adjust the elements according to your camera and according to your reference image, so it's gonna look kind of the same as your reference. This doesn't need to be perfect, just as close as you can. And here I spent a lot of time just making this no model look good. And yeah, now let's go to texturing, guys. And And for the texturing, guys, it was just pretty simple, just some base colors at first, and with help of geometry nodes actually I could create highlights, edge highlights. It's super easy, you'll see it here in the video. But anyways, if you are using geometry nodes, make sure to use set material node in the geometry node setup so you can add your materials according to what you can see here. And I tried creating these highlights using the Fresnel and layer weight, but it's not working how I expected it to work, because with the so the layer weight and Fresnel is based on the camera projection. So if the camera closer to an object, it's gonna be really detailed. If it's far, it's gonna be like it's working like a Z depth kind of. But yeah, it did kind of what I liked, but it's not the best way. And also, to create some highlights for this metal to look like metal, I just used the wave texture and just scale it up and smooth it out with the color ramp. Use even like B-spline. I forgot to use B-spline interpolation mode because I forgot, but that add kind of like a shine to these objects. And also for other objects, use a different material, or duplicate the same material and use it for them. The scaling, it's about the scaling here, because it's a geometry node setup. It work like kind of a big object, and these, because they are small, the material don't know how to project on these objects, especially if you are using object or UV. It might work, but And here, as you can see, guys, I'm creating that edge highlight using a separated geometry node setup, and also add bevel. Bevel will make that edge highlight looks better, because you have some polygons, because it works with polygons kind of. So add bevel and some segments to that bevel, so that edge detect will be detected really good. And save this result as a color attribute, so you can use it in the shader editor, or save it as any attribute that you like, maybe factor, like float. Anyways, it's by default it sets to float, but you can just add it as a color attribute and name that attribute whatever you liked, so I can use it in the materials. And also, to make this like this edge highlight look random, you can add a noise texture, and this noise texture is gonna multiply over this edge highlight and create something. It might be weird, guys, because that edge highlight kind of weird. The values are weird. I forgot to add or clamp the results, so it's going from 0 to 1, so it's not an unlimited values. So yeah, it's my fault, guys. Remember to clamp the results. it's easier to use just a color ramp to clamp them. So yeah. And for the poles, it's the same thing, just adding the metal material and also add for them the glass for the glassy part, so you can see some lighting going through that glass, you know, just assigning these to the faces that you like. And yeah, just about glass PSTF or transparent with glass PSTF like mixed together, or you can use alpha, yeah, in the principal PSTF. It's up to you, you know. Or you can use translucent PSTF. There's a lot of ways to create glass in EV. And here I'm moving on to the ground, guys. The ground is a lot, so because it's close to the camera, you need to get it right. And it was a little bit tricky with the break texture. The break texture from the camera view looks weird. I have no idea. There is not much like parameters to play with here, and it was pretty tricky to get that scaling right from the camera angle. But from the 3D viewport it looks okay, but from the camera angle it looks weird, like really weird. And I said, let's use Voronoi. I have an idea how to work with Voronoi and create like this pattern, but it's also weird from the camera angle. I guess because the distortion of that camera focal length, the distortion of the lens, makes it looks weird. You know, I have no idea how to explain it, but if you try that with like a small focal length, you will see it's weird. But anyways, I managed to create that from the camera view with Voronoi, and yeah, thumbs up to the Voronoi texture. also for the other materials, it's just pretty easy. Like here I'm using a noise texture to create that kind of asphalt kind of thing, you know. I saw that in the Makoto Shinkai reference image. It's not in the original, you know, like real life image. You know, it's an artistic thing. You can add whatever details you like. You know, it's up to you. It looks good, so I added that. And every time you feel like you need to do something, like add ambient occlusion. Ambient occlusion is really good. Yeah, you know, like it adds some depth to the object. Like it's 3D, so it's not flat. So it has some ambient occlusion, some shadows, you know. And yeah. And after you're done, like add lighting. Like use a sunlight. You use actually two sunlights, one for the actual light and one for the shadows. I like to add one with like a warm color and one with blue cold color, so I can create the effect of, you know, like effect of shadow. Like if the shadow, like I have no idea how to explain it. The shadow should be kind of blue and the light is warm, and that used a lot in anime. And you might see some artifacts. We will fix them in Photoshop in post-processing. Don't worry about that, guys. And let's move on to Photoshop. I already painted the sky because that will take a lot of time if I wanna show it to you guys how to create that. But I used a combination of some brushes that I downloaded a long time ago. I will leave them in the comments if I found the link, the owner link, so I can link them. Or if you want them, I will upload them to Mediafire. Just tell me guys and I will upload them. And here I'm fixing some of these weird things, and that worked well, And I faked the shadow by painting some shadows, and adding some additional trees and some elements, some haziness, And I suggest guys to add some glow, overall glow. And I create some line highlights with Photoshop that worked well. Actually, still the effect, I use that technique a lot in my renders, and this one I used it. Yeah, I took that idea a long time ago from who? From MC Lulin something. This boy is great at painting over 3D stuff, and I took that method from him, and it worked really well, guys. And I thought, why not to add Taki to the scene, Taki Tashibana in the scene. It's a 2D image, PNG image, and I try to like add it to this image. I tried so many ways because it has like a weird outline, white outline. I want to remove that, but I couldn't. So yeah. Anyways, just paint that over that and call it a day. A lot of you guys ask me about how you like kind of add a 2D character to a 3D scene, and this is how, using Photoshop. It's pretty easy. Just if you know how to work with light and shadow, you can like blend these characters to the 3D render. You don't need to be good at drawing, just get some vibes, you know. And as usual, I thought why not to add some movie credits and a title for this render. I used the original Your Name logo, and that worked really well. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, even though that voiceover was just a mess, you know. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that, and see you soon with another video, guys, and salam.